Have you worked with DynamoDB and heard about global secondary indexes, but want to find out what they are and how you can use them? In this video, that is exactly what I'm going to be showing you how to do. Hi guys, my name is Sam with Complete Coding, where our aim is to make you into the best developer that you can be. Whilst watching this video, if you learn something new, make sure to smash that like button, as it helps share this video to more developers just like yourselves. So today we're going to be looking at DynamoDB and global secondary indexes. So now we need to understand what our global secondary indexes actually are. To understand that, we need to look back at our DynamoDB table to start with, and we have our partition key or our primary key, and then our sort key or our secondary key. This is great as it allows us the flexibility to query our data, but sometimes we want to query using different values in our data. In this case, we need to create a global secondary index, which is an index which allows us to query and change the primary and secondary key to different values in your data set. This is really powerful as it allows you to query a lot larger range of things within your data set instead of just the one or two fields you set up as the primary and secondary key at the start. Here are a couple of really cool ways that you can do that. So one thing that often gets used for is changing the primary key and the secondary key around. This means that you get the ability to query on what was originally the main primary key, but with the flexibility of the sort key. This means you can do things like is greater than, is less than, starts with, or contains. This has a lot more flexibility than the primary key, where you just have to define a value. Another option is that you come up with two completely new primary and secondary keys. So it could be that you want to query once on, say, let's say the movie, and you originally had the primary key as a genre and the secondary key as the name of the movie. You could then want to actually say, no, actually, I want to query on the actor. So you change the primary key to be actor and the secondary key to be the year it came out. Now you can still do the same queries you were doing before around the genre and the name of the film, but if you query on this other new index, you can say, actually I want to see every film that Johnny Depp has done where it is between 2000 and 2010. This gives you a huge range of querying abilities, which really opens up the flexibility that you've got inside DynamoDB. One thing you need to consider when you're doing your global secondary indexes is that there is a limit of 20 on each table, but also that when you are creating these, it adds extra throughput to your required throughput in your database table. This is because anytime that you add a new row to a database, to your table, it needs to create it on the original primary and secondary key, so the original index, but it also needs to duplicate that to your secondary index. Although when you write to your database, you have to write to your primary key and your primary index, as well as each of the secondary indexes. With reads, it works differently. You are querying just that index, so the only capacity you need is on that individual index. So in this video, we've learned a lot about AWS DynamoDB and the global secondary indexes. We've learned what they are and how they can change the way that you query the data in your database. As I said earlier, if you've learned something new, it'd really help the channel out if you smash that like button, as it helps share this video to more developers just like yourselves. And if you haven't done already, make sure to subscribe down here and turn on the bell notification so that you get notified next time I upload some AWS content. Thank you, and I'll see you in that video.